installing the meters?
The plan would be that they would be installing or replacing the residential meters only. So the commercial meters would all be done through this contract with through Census and Aetna.
So that's the training portion,
No labor.
That would be the labor, because they would actually physically replace the commercial meters themselves and install the endpoints, where we would use our customer service representatives to replace the meters in the residential homes.
But they talked about training. Is that what the training would, to train our people to replace the residential meters?
No, the training would be the software and how to utilize it and, how to understand it and use it. Charlie, you had a question?
You said anything inch and a half up?
Yes. Yeah.
How about, a lot of commercial buildings are typically 1 inch, where you see small storefronts and stuff, like Rita over there, they're just 1 inch meters because they just service a bathroom and that. Are people are going to do those, or people are going to do that?
That would be the plan unless there was something specific that caused an issue.
Okay, so we're
Yeah,
talking
we
about,
have 10 or 12 stores, with commercial buildings, they typically have just a 1 inch meter.
Right. Yeah, they should, we would try to utilize our guys as best we can, unless there was an issue.
Yeah, all we'd have to do is just print a report up on the 1 inch meters and cross-reference to commercials and just draft it really. So it's not that hard of a thing to do.
So Dave, in this process, would you see us maybe needing to bring more people in to do this in a timely fashion? Or you're saying our guys are going to do it, do we have enough guys to do it?
Our guys...
Workers, I should say.
Yes. Currently we have 2 customer service representatives that go out during the week, and then we have a third that we use as well as needed. What I would see doing is having the 3 dedicated to this project, plus whatever comes up per se, and then we would need my plan is we would have 3 customer service representatives installing the residential meters and doing the additional work. We would have a project manager, which would be Mr. Toth, because of his experience in the water department, staying on top of it and making sure to coordinate it, and then also a clerk like Sue to coordinate the administrative work, contacting the residents, and those type of things.
okay, but again, that
Sure.
residential replacement isn't part of this proposal, so
That is correct.
the purchase of those meters part of this proposal? That would be,
That is not part of this proposal. No, this is just those commercial meters, 1.5 inch and above, and then the reader. Because we can function without the residential meters being replaced, but all those endpoints have to be replaced.
What percentage do you see, like maybe in a year after we get this, I guess it would be when the whole city's covered with these or filled, what is the percentage each year would you maybe see as bringing in more of the revenue as opposed to like what we're making right now, which, some of these things are old and outdated, so we're probably losing value. Roughly, I mean, would it be a significant amount of money that, we're going to make the difference of?
There is, in studies, and they have Census and Aetna have software that shows based on, like say, a 10% efficiency rating, what your additional revenue would be, and it's substantial. But I wouldn't base a purchasing decision based on potential efficiency gains, though we'll clearly see that increased revenue. You just, you could factor that in, but...
does the proposal contain an ROI on this project though then?
No.
No, okay.
So what is the potential future cost for the residential meters, since it's not part of this proposal?
Well, the residential component, and this is why one of the other reasons it was split up. If you were to do everything in the entire city, it's probably about a $6.5 million project. This proposal, in which you'll be seeing, is $3.5 million. So there's about another $3 million in residential meters, because it's over 20,000 meters, about 20,000, that would eventually need to be switched out. And that's why it's also phased in over a period of time as well. And it could be 4 years, it could be 5 years. It just seems to make sense to try to get, if it can be done, to capitalize on the efficiencies to do so. And it's a benefit to the residents because they're getting more accurate data and billing.
So there wouldn't be an opt-out program here?
No, there's no DTE opt-out.
Just wanted to make sure, because we're going to be asked.
And you won't be able to tell when we're taking a shower, right?
I hope we're not.
So that proposal includes the 1.5 inch and up and all the readers just for those,
No, all the readers to everything,
to every house.
every residential, and then just the meter itself on the 1.5 inch now.
Now, the reader itself on the residential, if they don't have, I didn't see a wire, but on the new readers, is there a wire going to that reader? So there would be a wire, so they'd have to
Bill
rewire.
can talk about the connection to the.
Basically, what we do is, right now, you currently have our radio box on the house right now.
Right.
And it's gel capped to it. We would cut the gel caps off, remove that box. There's a bus board inside that. We rewire it into that. And then our team then would come up, then would program that box to your frequency and utility code. And we would get, when we're there, we would get an acknowledgement that we talked to that tower. And that would be what we call a clean install, and then we go on to the next one. So they're gonna be removing that box, putting a new box on, using the existing holes and everything we have. It's the same screw pattern and everything like that. So we won't be doing any damage to the house.
Is there any batteries associated with these meters?
Yes.
So there is a battery with a 20-year lifespan on the battery in it, non-replaceable. It's warranted for 20 years. It's sealed. Does not need to be replaced.
And that's one of the issues we have with our current system is the batteries themselves. So if you want to do the math, just to replace the batteries with the manufacturer's recommended battery, it's $40 to $50 each. So we're talking $7,000.
So with this system of non-replaceable batteries, then you have to replace the whole unit once the battery goes in 20 years or hopefully 20 years.
Right.
So it's warranted for 20 years.
It's
So
warranted.
we get a whole new unit.
Bill can talk about warranty and number of replacements and so forth. So
The current system you run right now with your drive-by, when that first came out and you got on board, the warranty was 10-year, 5 full and 5 prorated. And you now have had that system in for 15 years, so it's outlasted its lifetime. So the new stuff now is a 20-year period, 10 fully covered and then 10 prorated. If something happens between that, Tim, myself, we would get the units back, we send them in for warranty, you would get a new unit back, and the new warranty would start. It isn't, I've already wasted 5 years and now I only got 15 left. It's a brand new 20-year warranty. So with you going out and changing batteries and stuff like that, what's hard now is you can't keep track of which ones you change batteries in. And with this one here, we're gonna know because we get that information back through the system, so we can tell you where your battery levels are at or if this one's gonna start to die, so you can send your crew out to change that one before it does go completely dead.
Right now, with the batteries we're using, they're using a kind of a battery that we go out and have a third party create for us as opposed to the manufacturer's battery, which costs less, but there's no guarantee of longevity. Some of them might last a year, it might last a year and a half. We just don't know, and there's no tracking of that because the system's so old.
So the system can actually let you know when the battery's dying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, the new one does, yeah.
Okay.